Hey Pisces, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast for August 23rd through the 29th. We're going to see what's happening the week ahead with this lovely deck here. And since I didn't get a chance to do love readings for August, we're going to pull some love and romance messages from this deck here towards the end. So without further ado, my darling Pisces friends, we're going to connect here and see what's going on for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising in the week ahead. Now, I am setting the intention for a 7-day period, but you will stumble upon this video whenever you are meant to find the video and whenever the messages are meant for you. Keep in mind it's a general reading. Not every single message is going to resonate, but take the ones that do and leave the ones that don't. One more shuffle here, my darlings, and we're going to get right on into the cards. So, first card coming up here for Pisces is the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card that for me in my readings kind of comes up to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, so this can be an energy of standing your ground. Sometimes Seven of Wands comes up when we've come out of a difficult situation. We're getting ahead in life. We're, crushing our goals. We're getting places. We're getting noticed. And there can be people that don't like it. Either they feel like they're not getting enough of your time or attention, or they feel threatened by the progress that you've made because they want to be standing where you're standing. And so they might kind of try to pull you into some disagreement or some kind of drama so they can turn around and say, aha, look, see, Pisces has a temper. Pisces is too sensitive. Pisces is this way. Pisces is that way. Because they want to try to make you look bad in the situation so that people are praising them or pushing them ahead. This can especially be true in a work situation, right? Maybe somebody feels threatened by you at work and they want to kind of try to create some drama to try to make you look some certain kind of way. Or you have success coming in, friends or family feel like maybe you're going to forget them and they try to kind of knock you down a couple of pegs or cut you down to size. So Seven of Wands is saying that when you find people coming at you with this negative energy, don't engage them. Stand your ground and just keep doing what you're doing. Some of you are frustrated because you want things to happen faster. Seven of Wands is saying you're on the right path. You're headed in the right direction. Just keep doing what you're doing. This isn't a time for having to make massive, changes or shifts. You're headed in the right direction. As I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And don't allow yourself to get pulled down into the lower energy. Don't allow yourself to have people pull you into their nonsense, right? Like crabs in a bucket. You can put crabs in a bucket. You don't have to put a lid on it. Because anytime one of the crabs starts crawling to the top, the crabs below it are going to, grab it by its little claw, grab it by its little leg, and yank it back down, right? They don't want to let each other climb up. They're just constantly grabbing at each other and pulling each other down. And some of you are dealing with these kinds of people. They don't want to see you come up. They're down there in the bottom and they want to pull you down to where they're at. Misery loves company. Some of you, I feel like this is happening in your friendships. You're beginning to realize that you have friends or people in your life that they're guilting you or making you feel bad that things are going better for you or that you're making progress. Oh, well, that's great for you. I'm happy for you, but I'm still depressed, or this is going wrong in my life and that's going wrong in my life. And they might be making you feel like, well, you're happy in your life. You're succeeding. So you owe it to me to sit here and listen to my problems. Now, there's a difference between listening to somebody's problems and trying to be there for them and holding space for them while they get themselves together. And there's a difference between giving time to energy vampires. And that's where I feel the issue is here. And so some of you are having to cut out those energy vampires. You're like, I'm not going to be made to feel guilty for doing something with my life. I've worked very hard to be where I am. I'm not going to be made to feel like I have to feel bad that I have this and somebody else doesn't. So I feel there's issues of guilt and deservingness that's coming up through some kind of energy vampire connection that it's going to be time for you to disconnect from. Now, your next card coming up here is the Chariot. Speaking of crabs, and I don't mean this negatively against Cancer, but some of you might be dealing with a Cancer because the Chariot card is associated with the astrological sign of Cancer. If you have a Cancer placement, there could be big changes and shifts happening in that area of your life. Overall, the Chariot card is a major arcana card, and the major arcana cards are going to come up anytime that we're at a significant crossroads, anytime that we're coming into a new chapter in our life. So even though I'm reading for a period of 7 days, this is energy that's going to be around for a while. And the Chariot card can be travel, transportation, movement. Maybe some of you are manifesting a new car or a means of transportation. Maybe some of you are manifesting travel. Now, the major arcana card of the Chariot comes up a lot of the times when we may be in a situation where we're like, universe, angels, guides, please help me. Please open the right door. And the Chariot card can come up when we have a life lesson in this lifetime of understanding free will and learning to use our free will. Not everything is destined. And so the Chariot card is very focused decision-making energy, very independent energy, right? Like where you're putting your sights is where you're going to end up. So you might be saying, okay, angels, guide me. Okay, open the door. And your angels are like, hey, we're here for you. We want to open the door, but you got to tell us which door. You got to tell us which direction you want to go in, right? We have to respect your free will. So there could be lessons here in free will for some of you. I've said this in the past. The Chariot card always makes me think of the quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson, when he said that once we make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen, right? That's the energy that I get with the Chariot card. Once we make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. So it's going to be up to you, my dears, to figure out here what that decision is, what you're wanting to do so that your angels and guides can step up and help you make that happen. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Your next card coming up here is the Three of Wands. Now, this is kind of like our stalker card for this week's readings because it's come up for a lot of the signs. And it doesn't surprise me, okay? We had the Lionsgate portal open up on the 8th. We're coming out of full moon energy on the 22nd. So lots of powerful energies coming to the surface. The Three of Wands is going to indicate a time of a point of no return. We've come too far to give up now. Going back to the past is not an option, and we really have no choice but to move forward. But the positive message here with the Three of Wands is that this is going to be favorable for us. This is going to go well for us, and this is going to bring about a positive return for us.
Hey, Libra.
Oops, I'm sorry, guys. We have things uploading, and so now we have the energy of things playing here in the back. Maybe some of you are dealing with a Libra. Maybe that's why Libra came on. But the Three of Wands here is going to be moving forward. The point of no return. It's like we've seen things that we can't unsee. In terms of career or self-employment, you may be preparing to put yourself out there, and there's going to be a positive return in whatever it is that you're putting out there. Three of Wands coming next to the Chariot card can also indicate that some of you are working very hard right now to establish some kind of work where you could work from anywhere. You could go anywhere, you could work from anywhere, and that could be something that you may be manifesting as well. I do feel a sense of collaboration with the Three of Wands, so some of you may also be wanting to find like-minded people to collaborate with in a creative way. I feel, Pisces, a lot of you, as you're coming into your intuition, as you're coming into your healing, you're finding yourself wanting to create more, being motivated to create more. So I feel like some of you are seeking out like friends who are artistic, friends who might be musically inclined, and you're just having these passion projects or these labors of love that you're doing for fun that are going to end up being a source of income down the road for you. The next card that's coming up here for Libra, I keep saying Libra, oh my gosh. Some of you may have a Libra placement and there could be big changes happening for you in that area of your life. But the next card coming up for you guys here is the Moon. And Pisces, this is you, but it's also Cancer. So there could be something happening here with really significant Cancer energy. Okay, if you have that placement in your life, there could be big changes happening for you in that placement of your life. Or you may be dealing with a significant connection here with someone that has the astrological sign of Cancer. Now, the moon is also you, Pisces, so this could be you coming into your power, coming into your authenticity, coming into being unapologetically who you are, shaking off the label, shaking off the conditioning, and living your best life. Falling in love with yourself in a non-narcissistic way, seeing that the things about yourself that you thought were weaknesses or character defects are actually strengths when applied properly. The moon can also indicate the need to allow yourself to do shadow work, right? We're coming out of a full moon cycle here in this week, and so some of you might be really affected by that moon energy. You may be having a very powerful release. Allow yourself to have it. The moon card here is facing your fears and strengthening your intuition and learning to listen to your gut. A lot of you are going to be coming into a period of time in the coming weeks where you keep telling yourself, man, I wish there was an instruction manual for this. I wish there was a map for this. There is. It's your intuition. And you're coming into a time that you're going to have to learn to start listening to your intuition, to start trusting your intuition, to listen to what your gut is telling you. Your gut knows what your eyes haven't been able to see yet. And it's important for you to listen to that. We're going to see what's coming up for you around love and romance. Now, you might want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign if you haven't already. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. But let's see what's going on for love and romance with Pisces. There's your first card. Second card. And third card. Five of Cups. This also came up for Aries. So if you have an Aries placement, this is a confirmation for you. This is being emphasized for you. Some of you could be dealing with an Aries because they had the same card. Five of Cups is going to come up when we have a sense of disappointment. But Five of Cups can also come up when we don't want to feel. We're trying not to feel something. We're trying not to deal with something. And so there could be a self-medicating energy with Five of Cups. Throwing ourselves into our work. Throwing ourselves into partying or spending time with our friends. Throwing ourselves into drinking or some kind of substance use. And Five of Cups is asking us to stop doing that. As I said, some of you are having a very powerful release in this moon cycle, and you may be tempted to push it down, to try to just kind of numb it. And Spirit is saying, don't push it down. Let yourself feel it and let yourself release it. Some of you have been avoiding confronting someone who's disappointed you very deeply. And Spirit is telling me that this is a part of your life lesson. This is a part of a soul contract. You're going to have to confront it. You're going to have to let this person know that they let you down, and you're going to have to let this person know how you feel. Okay, a lot of you have been trying to avoid it or been trying to push it away and be like, oh, well, you know, Pisces, don't make a big deal out of it. Give them the benefit of the doubt. You know, just let it go. No, you're going to have to confront this person and let them know, you let me down. I was expecting you to be there for me. You weren't there for me, and that really hurt. Because when you do this, you're making a statement to the universe that you deserve someone who's going to have your back and that you're not going to tolerate someone who's going to leave you hanging in that way. So even though telling them or confronting them may not make a huge change in this person or undo the damage that they've done, you're making a statement to the universe that this is unacceptable and that you won't accept people that are going to let you down in that way again. So for some reason, I feel a sense of having to let someone know that they've disappointed you. I know Five of Cups typically is just more like a disappointment or a loss or, crying over spilt milk, as some tarot decks like to put the keywords. But I feel there's also a sense here that you have to let this person know. You have to let this person know. I feel for some of you, someone keeps letting you down and hurting you, but then they're like, oh, but look, it's because this is what's happening in my life, or I'm going through this hard time. But you're hurting, right? So where's the logic in that, right? If somebody came along and punched you in the face, and your nose is bleeding, you have to take care of your bleeding nose. If they're freaking out and they're oh my gosh, I can't believe I punched you in the face, I'm so sorry, I lost my cool, oh my gosh, I'm a terrible person, and they're like crying and freaking out because they punched you in the face and your nose is bleeding, you can't comfort them for them feeling bad or them coming to their senses. You have to take care of you. You have to take care of, your first aid. And so I feel a lot of you emotionally, you're in this kind of situation where somebody may be cutting you or hurting you. Then they're freaking out and they're feeling bad about it. And instead of you taking time to heal yourself, you're trying to comfort them. You can't do that. You have to focus on you. And you have to say, yes, yeah, damn straight that hurt me. Damn straight that was a lousy thing for you to do. Right? You can't sweep it under the rug to let the same thing happen again and again and again and again. The next card that's coming up here is the Eight of Pentacles. So some of you may be deciding to work on this friendship, this partnership, this relationship, this romance, but Eight of Pentacles can sometimes indicate that we need to do some studying. This might be something that's outside of the scope of our knowledge, and we may need to do some research. We may need to take some classes. We may need to do some reading. Maybe some of you are getting into self-help books. Maybe some of you are reading about relationships. Eight of Pentacles can also indicate taking our time to work out the details of a situation, to perfect the situation. So for some of you, this could be some kind of a reconciliation that you're trying to establish. And Eight of Pentacles is saying, take your time, work out the details, give yourself time to perfect it. Some of you may be in the energy with the Eight of Pentacles, feeling like this relationship has come into your life to expand your life work or life purpose. You may be taking it as an opportunity to learn from it, to study from it, because you may be putting something together to help other people. Maybe you're putting together workshops and relationships. Maybe you're writing a story. Maybe you're writing some kind of a manual. Maybe you're creating some kind of healing modality or workbook of some kind. But I feel like you're taking inspiration from the disappointment and you're using it to give this person an opportunity to do their healing. And if they don't, you're like, well, okay, if they don't, they don't, but at least I can take the experience and I can use it to help other people or to further my self-improvement. The next card that's coming up here for you, Pisces, is the Tower. And the Tower is a major arcana card. And I know that I've said in the past that the Tower card indicates that it's just something pushing you out of your comfort zone, and it doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be a chaotic moment. But sometimes I get ahead of the cards, of the energy as I'm reading, and that's what I'm feeling here with the Tower. Some of you have been putting off a confrontation. Some of you have been putting off letting somebody know that they've disappointed you. And the Tower card comes up when we've been avoiding something for too long, and Spirit intervenes and, blasts us out of that situation. And so some of you are holding on too long. If you want to avoid the Tower, you have to speak your truth. If you want to avoid the Tower, you have to take the steps you're being guided to take. If not, the Tower card is letting us know we're going to be pushed off the diving board. Even though we're fine and dandy once we're in the water, getting pushed can be scary. So you can avoid that sudden change. You can avoid that sudden destruction. You can avoid getting pushed if you step up and speak your truth and confront the situation and do what you're being guided to do and listen to your intuition. The Tower moment doesn't have to happen. It can be averted. But if you're not going to take the steps, then Spirit's going to have to step in to make sure that Spirit can get you moving along so you don't stay in the wrong place for too long and lose time or suffer any more than you need to. And so there's a sense of wanting to rescue you from this disappointment. I feel someone keeps letting you down and you're trying to be understanding to them or compassionate towards them. But compassion can only go so far. Okay, you may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign. If this is none of those, you may want to check those out. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my dears. Bye.